In the last couple of years, I've been flying radio control sailplanes from smaller slopes closer to home instead of driving for hours to fly from a larger slope. The smaller slope is often a man-made structure such as a reservoir or a small hill that was created by dirt being pushed up. Some flying has even been done from a concrete wall. To start my slope soaring, I started with an old radio control hand launch glider using only rudder and elevator control, flying from an earth dam. This worked pretty well, but normally I prefer quicker response of ailerons for slope flying. I then purchased the tiny UMX ASK-21 glider because it came ready to fly and it looked so cool. Attempts to high start it for thermal soaring didn't go well, but it did fine on the slope. This glider has aileron control, and in good condition I was even able to do loops and rolls. My next glider was the UMX Radian. This did not have ailerons, but the rudder response was quick. It did have electric propulsion, which often proved handy to recover from in a bad situation. I flew the little Radian from even smaller slopes. If it started to lose lift, I could hit the throttle and gain some altitude before gliding again. I even flew this from a concrete wall with metal railings next to a river. Flying from the wall really tested my flying ability. To have enough lift to stay up, there had to be a fair amount of wind, but this tiny glider did not penetrate the wind easily. It was a constant battle of keeping the glider in the tiny lift zone in front of the wall and not crashing into the wall or the railing. When it looked like the glider was coming close to hitting something, I would quickly give it throttle to recover. This type of flying isn't relaxing, but it is challenging, and I thought it was fun. When I was able to fly for over a minute without having to give it power, I thought I was doing well. The UMX Whipit discus launch glider flies really well from a small slope if the wind is not more than about 10 miles an hour. I tried out this new slope I had spotted, and first time it was too windy, but I came back when the wind was about 7 miles per hour and it was great. I flew the heavy EP foam gliders I had from flying off larger slopes. The lighter Super Scooter did pretty well if the wind was about 15 miles per hour, and the JW took even more wind. I added ailerons to an old fiberglass fuselage hand launch glider I had for flying from the slope, and it seems to do pretty well. One of the hills that I fly from has a pretty sharp ridge on top, so I've been attempting dynamic soaring with varying degrees of success. So far, the best I have done is 11 complete circuits on the backside. More common is I get a couple of circuits in and then crash. I'm slowly improving, and it is so much fun. Be sure to check out my small slope RC Soaring web page.